Okay.
All right, it's time for our main event on Heavyweight Explosion. Alexander Zolkin, he's back. 25-3, 16 wins by way of knockout. He's from Moscow by way of Westerville, Ohio. Willie Black Steel Williams coming in tonight. You just saw him on our last Explosion. In that big fight with Derek Banks, he's looking to turn things around now, get back on the winning track. He's 15-2, 10 wins by way of knockout. And there he is, the big Russian, Alexander Zolkin. Haven't seen much of him since that knockout loss to one Henriak Nwande. And there's Willie Williams. Finally got to go the 10-round distance. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way. Got dropped in round number 6 after losing the first 5 rounds on our scorecards that night. Came back, though, very strong in the end of the fight, putting Banks down and almost out in round number 9 for good. Banks got saved by the bell. Williams couldn't finish him in round number 10. Wound up being a fairly close decision loss. Williams feels real good right now, though, that he can put things back together. And the thing is now, he says needs to start fast, and he can't be complacent in the early rounds, and that's the sentiment that he echoed to us yesterday.
The sky's the limit, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm coming out, you know what I mean? I'm coming out to win, you know what I mean? And it's, every round I can do that because I know the type of condition that, you know what I mean, we do with my trainers and all, you know what I mean? So I'm ready to go forward, you know what I mean? And suck it up, whatever happened, happen, you know what I mean? But I'm coming to fight, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be so conservative with my style and just laid back, economical with my punches. I'm going to let them fly, you know what I mean?
All right, our heavyweight explosion matchup. Zolkin, slight weight advantage, 2-inch height advantage. Reach is pretty much equal at this point, and they're both in their 30s. They need to get something started to get into the heavyweight picture. Rules of tonight's fight, we're fighting in the NWBA rules. This is a title fight. 10-point must system, standing 8 count in effect, 3 knockdown rule. You can be saved by the bell in the last round only, and the doctor can only stop the fight. This is for the American Northwest title, but it's a 10-round fight, and we're going to go up for the official introductions now to our ring announcer, Mark Bureau.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Puget Sound's best action, the Emerald Queen Casino in Tacoma, Washington. Cedric Kushner Promotions, in association with CKSN and Jumbo Cash and Carry, present the Heavyweight Explosion main event of the evening, 10 rounds for the American Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Ring officials assigned by the American Professional Boxing Association, the President Manuel Alvarez, and the regional supervisor in attendance, Richard G. Jackson. Your judges at ringside, all from the great state of Washington, are from Bellevue, Barry Druxman, from Kent, Glenn Hamada, and from Tacoma, Tom McDonough. Your referee for this event, from Kenmore, Washington, once again, Bob Howard. Introducing now the contenders first. In the red corner, wearing the all-white trunks, weighing in at 234 3/4 pounds. His professional record reads 14, make that 15 victories, 2 defeats, and 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He boxes out of Atlanta, Georgia, introducing Willie Black Steel Williams. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in at 240 3/4 pounds, with a professional record of 25 wins, 3 defeats, and 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Moscow, Russia, and now makes his home in Westerville, Ohio, the former NABF heavyweight champion, Alex Zolkin. Zolkin, 10 rounds for the American Northwest Heavyweight Championship.
Both you gentlemen are seasoned pros. You know who to listen to. You know what to do. Any questions on this side? Any questions over here? Let's shake them up.
Willie Williams, 32 years of age, needs to get things started. And didn't waste any time off of this Derek Banks loss here about trying to turn things around, Graham. As you said, you didn't feel that it was that big a war, huh?
No, I didn't feel so. I think Williams himself knows it didn't really go for it many first minutes. I think he's going for it now.
He's doing what he said. He's starting early, but he may be a little bit too reckless in how he's approaching Zolkin and leaving himself open. He got tagged a couple of times coming in there, and he's got a habit of not having necessarily the greatest chin. Fighter by the 2-2 and not come out in 1 round. And of course, he got dropped in dramatic fashion in his last fight in round number 6 by Derek Banks, not known for being a heavy hitter.
This is true, but with a heavyweight, of course, getting knocked down in 1 round, that's an occupational hazard. But I think he's doing the right thing for me, Williams. He knows that Zolkin hasn't fought much. He's coming out and he's really giving it his best shot. He's trying to land the right hand. Zolkin has been shown to be able to be hit with rights in the past. He's there with a good method. Williams has taken his shots quite well early.
I don't know how many of those he could possibly take, though. Zolkin's pretty heavy hitter, 16 knockouts in his 25 wins. I also question Williams' ability against the southpaw as he just takes that left hand.
And Zolkin's getting through the left now, no question. And the last left knocked Williams a bit off balance. And Williams almost seems to be having second thoughts now about coming right up Zolkin. But if he stays outside, it's a bad fight for him too, because he lets Zolkin get into the rhythm. It's Zolkin the back to get into.
Williams sometimes lets the lowest opponent to sleep a little bit and rock back and forth and then lunge at him with the combination, sort of characteristic of Floyd Patterson a little bit. Goes into a semi-peekaboo like you see him doing there. Move side to side and stay flat-footed. Now all of a sudden, spring out of that position. Zolkin slipped that punch last time and seems to be able to see everything coming that Williams is throwing. Williams telegraphing the tracks a little bit.
He's also quite slow getting into that right hand, but Williams is opening up again. I think this is the right fight to take it to Zolkin. I really do. I think to stay back is a losing fight for Williams, as it was against Banks. But both men have shown they can hit and also hurt the other man. And I think it's shaping up to a very interesting fight.
If it goes into a later round, there seems to be a disadvantage for Willie Williams. Might be an advantage for him, considering the layoff. Oh, and there's a left-right combination. Racks Williams. Buckled his legs. Zolkin a very good finisher. Oh, and Williams in a lot of trouble right now. 25 seconds to go in the round. He's trying to fight back and should be holding out, man.
Didn't get it for his heart. He's trying to blast back at the other man.
Good hope, but wrong strategy right now. Now he's holding on. Williams really rocked there and very shaky legs. He may get out of this round. 5 seconds to go. Oh, and Zolkin turns around. He thought the round was over. He on the 5-second clock, and what a break for Willie Williams there, who's on very shaky legs going back to his corner. Zolkin had the 5-second warning.
This has happened now and again. Yes, he just turned away, but
you got to short your punches up. You got to work to the right. You're getting over to the left too much.
There we are.
Work
Big
your right.
round for Alexander Zolkin. There's the shot that started it off. It was 2 pounding lefts over the top, and we had mentioned earlier Williams open for that left hand, and I think that's lack of southpaw experience. Certainly practical southpaw experience in a fight. Williams trying to fight back throughout the round. Eventually held on, and that might have been the ticket as opposed to trying to fight his way out of trouble.
South, we approach the second
Watch it now. Don't leave him in the center. You bring him back.
Round number 2. Willie Williams shook in the last 30 seconds. The first round didn't go down. He was on very shaky legs. Zolkin turned his back with 5 seconds to go in the round, thinking that the 5-second warning was the end. I think what I was going to say is I thought before Williams got rocked that going into the later rounds, usually a disadvantage for Willie Williams. It might be an advantage tonight only because of the long layoff of Alexander Zolkin.
That's a possibility. The way the first round was setting up towards the end, it looked like they wouldn't return. But Zolkin was showing that greater experience, just punching a bit straighter than Willie, and he's showing a bit more coolness because he's the more experienced man. And he seems able to take Williams' punches, of course, far better than Williams can take his punches. So a very good first round for Zolkin. A very cool, composed round where he picked his shots and he really drilled in. Didn't have time, but really good form and obviously a very significant effect.
John Johnson, the manager of Zolkin, best known for being the manager of former heavyweight champion Buster Douglas. Very high on Zolkin's comeback. Talked to him at length this afternoon. Like to see him get back in there and get another shot for Henry Aguirre. Didn't feel his fighter was being beat. Didn't like the stoppage of that fight when it was stopped in the 10th round back in Las Vegas in November of '96. Zolkin has had one tune-up fight since last March, stopping Dave Slaughter in one round. Other than this way, I think the conflict I don't think that accomplished very much.
No, not really, but you can see he's been working in the gym very hard because he's quite sharp, really, Zolkin. He's never going to be one of these really slick fighters, of course, but he's shown good judgment of distance, good anticipation. The way he gets away from Williams' right hand, and he's using the jab well. He's keeping Williams a bit off balance with the jab, keeping Williams thinking, and setting up heavy left. Williams, to his credit, fights back and wins the right.
Zolkin letting Williams back in the fight, and maybe Williams letting himself back in. Having a fairly good second round here as Zolkin taking time off a little bit and not showing the lateral motion that he showed earlier, so he's kind of negating the southpaw advantage.
Yes, he's a little bit, yes. I was wondering if because he held Williams in the first round, maybe he thinks he can just maybe wait to round the ball and catch him with the left and get it out with. But so he's getting Williams back into it. But they're still coming to heavy punches in this round.
You can't get over your left and not do nothing. Now, if you go over to your left, you got to be throwing punches. Thanks, Darryl.
You got to keep it when you finish your punches.
Greeting.
Keep the head close back and make everything cool. He hooked his left hand.
Yes, sir.
So you just keep the head off this and keep it going around. And as long as you give him different hooks, you don't have a target to punch it.
Yes, sir.
Okay? But still, when you punch and set. You hit him with the right hand, you didn't come back with the hook. Come back with the hook. Let's go.
The third round.
Round number 3 was scheduled for 10. Willie Williams in the white, Alexander Zolkin in the black shorts. Interesting second round, tough round to score. I gave the round to Willie Williams. Man, I thought he really came back strong and got his legs back underneath him.
Yes, I thought he pulled the round out at the end. He landed a couple of significant right handers that shook Zolkin, and Williams in the bench of his corner gave a big grin as if to say, this fight's mine. Well, that might be a bit premature, but it was a very positive round after obviously a rocky first round.
Williams continues to try to cut the distance between he and Zolkin and negate that southpaw advantage.
Zolkin has been caught by rights in the past in several fights against Tony Tubbs. He's had quite a few rights. Tony Tubbs is a real slick, crafty guy, but he has shown us that he can be caught by Williams is certainly throwing.
Williams starting to get comfortable with throwing that right-hand lead. Toby did a lot of sparring in the gym regularly with the southpaw just because they were gym mates. Hasn't actually had a professional fight against the southpaw. And his style, he's not really trying to establish as much of a jab. So he doesn't have to really adjust his style much. He needs to adjust his defense more than his style.
Yes, it seems so. But Zolkin, because of Williams' right now, obviously that threat to Zolkin. Zolkin himself isn't really firing the left like he was earlier. Williams, he's not really snapping the jab, he's using the jab to find the range for the right.
I think it's for him because he's not 100% comfortable with the right-hand lead, so they throw it easy like that there so he feels comfortable throwing, at least he's throwing the right off something.
That's right, just let the left hand go up and just kind of touch the guy with the left and fire the right hand. Zolkin is managing to get under some of the rights, he's not taking them all, but Williams is having success with the right hand.
Problem is going to be the defense. He's having big problems with the southpaw, defending against the southpaw. He's dropped that left-left combination. 15 seconds to go in the round. Another close round. Round number 2 is close, but Zolkin seems to be taking the momentum back to his hands. Williams though closing strong. As we look in the corner of Willie Williams,
what you got to do when you put the right hand, turn it up.
He's following his game plan of getting off first and just letting caution go to the wind, not making the mistake he made giving away the early rounds against Derek Banks.
That's right, absolutely. That's what he said he wasn't doing. That's what he's doing. He's really going for it.
You can't get placed and keep your head. You got to move your head from side to side, okay? All right, Thurl. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in.
Back with them.
Concentrate, think what you're going to do. Don't wait to get off and bang them in the gut. You're breaking them in half.
Round 4, we're scheduled for 10. Willie Williams in white, Alexander Zolkin in black. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Williams hurt bad in round number 1. Came back to take round number 2. And then, almost like an old program, he pulled out round number 3 of the scorecard with that late shot.
So I thought he won the third too. In Zolkin's corner, he wants a punch a bit more than a body. He's shooting the left to the head almost exclusively. Just like the jabs to the body, of course. When you punch to the body, you expose yourself more. You're getting countered with a punch to the head, which is not as easy to punch to the body.
Zolkin certainly done a lot better in this fight when he was jabbed, stayed on the outside, and given some motion to Williams. And Williams up. Williams could not fight moving backwards. He showed that in the Banks fight.
I think this is what he's trying to do on the right. He's trying to get Williams going, jab, left hand, push the body back. When he can get Williams going back, and get Williams to stop throwing the right, because Zolkin's doing very well. He's coming back a bit more in this round.
Williams could not fight going backwards, and Zolkin hasn't really Zolkin started to turn the tide a little bit here in round number 4. But, that was the situation in the first half of round number 3. And I'm really wondering from the West point of view and the inactivity, that Zolkin has trouble going as strong as 3 minutes.
It's an interesting point. Zolkin does train very hard, but he has shown in fights that he has shown a tendency to tire towards the end of the fights. But it's a sort of fight where it could come down, as they say, who wants it, the test of Williams.
Willie Williams only passed 6 rounds one time in his career, and that was that last fight against Derek Banks, going to 10. A little too concerned about going 10 was so economical in the beginning of the fight that he lost the first 6 rounds. Wasn't going to let that happen tonight. Saw that he had a lot left in the gas tank in that fight, dropping Banks in round number 9 and winning the 10th round handily. Letting a little more hang out early tonight. Sometimes leaving himself open in the process. Seems to be shifting things here. 30 seconds to go in the 4th round, and again, I think we went back Zolkin is back to the right now. Coming on strong and then kind of looking towards the end of the round. Letting Williams back in. Big left hand drops Willie Williams. Just as I was saying, he was letting Williams come back at the end of the round. Williams dropped his guard again, and the rest stop in the fight. Willie Williams dropped on the seat of his pants and been having trouble defending against the southpaw style of Alexander Zolkin all night. Referee Paul Fields stops the fight with Willie Williams going down, and very disgusted at this point, and a very happy Alexander Zolkin. Just that quick, Graham.
That's heavyweights.
Just that quick. What about, do you think that was a quick whistle, though?
No, the fighter was gone. You could see his legs were buckling under him. He had that sort of vacant look in his eyes. He seemed to have lost his muscle tone, which is always a bad sign when a fighter seems to almost lose their muscle tone after they've been hit by a big punch.
Let's take a look at the punch right now. The replay. Watch for that left hand. Going to go right on the jaw of Willie Williams. Goes down. You can see at first, no legs at all. Managed to get up. And what appeared to be a pretty good stoppage. Picture perfect left hand.
Absolutely perfect.
And we had been saying throughout the fight that the problem Williams was having is he had his offense together. He didn't have his defense together, though, against the southpaw.
Absolutely.
And somewhat of a suspect chin in general for Willie Williams. Was down on the floor against Derek Banks in his last fight, had been knocked out in 1 round by Tui Tua. And now, although he's had a very active 1999, somewhat uncharacteristic for Willie Williams, this being his 3rd start, and he had just fought 3 weeks ago, may have to go back and evaluate jumping into this fight real quickly. And one of the things we didn't bring up also, Graham, is he wasn't supposed to fight Alexander Zolkin. He was supposed to fight Al Cole. Cole only pulled out of the fight, 6 days ago?
Yes.
So, hadn't prepared to fight a southpaw. Didn't get, regardless of what he told me, I don't believe he got a lot of southpaw sparring. Wasn't studying tapes of a southpaw. And as always, you prepare to fight one guy. Anytime there's a switch, it can be very disruptive. And I find more times than not that the opponent that gets put in as the guy who took the fight on short notice invariably pulls the upset.
Yes, it happens. Absolutely.
Well, very happy. There's Willie Williams not happy. As I say, very happy Alexander Zolkin. Willie Williams having the wraps cut off. And right now has to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate some of the strategic moves they've made in the last several months in the choice of fights. Alexander Zolkin very happy. And you had mentioned also, Graham, that this was a good move for them. Not something that gets him back into the top 10 or top 15, but certainly could propel him into a top 10 or top 15 fight.
That's what I think it does. It was a big win for Zolkin, a spectacular knockout. You can't ask for much more than that. And the fight was a crowd-pleasing fight. And he showed some things. He showed, of course, a good chin. He showed coolness. And of course, you can't ask for anything more than a one-punch knockout.
Well, who do you see him at this point who you think would be competitive with him, briefly?
Well, you can match him with fighters like an Obed Sullivan or like a Derek Jefferson. They'd be competitive, tough fights. If you could beat that class of fighter. There's also a Russian heavyweight, Oleg Maskayev. That'll be an interesting fight.
An all-Russian fight. Let's do that in Russia, too. I'll meet you in Moscow for that one. We're going to go up for the official time of the knockout from our ring announcer, Mark Biro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time, 2 minutes, 54 seconds of the fourth round, the winner by knockout and new American Northwest heavyweight champion, Alex Zolkin.
There you go, Alexander Zolkin. He's improving to 26 wins. That's his 17th win by way of knockout. Willie Williams is going to drop down to 15-3. He's very disappointed. And we're going to try to get Alexander Zolkin down here, briefly get a quick idea of what's in the future. And I'm sure, a man who certainly knows how to move heavyweights is manager John Johnson, the experience with Buster Douglas. I know they'd like to get back at Henriac and Wande and work with some other stuff. But we'll have to see what's just in store for them. I think activity is the key object here. Had a very long layoff. And what we got right now, Alex, we're running a little late tonight, so we'd like to talk to you real quickly here. You have to be very happy with the performance. It seemed right from the outset he was having a lot of trouble with your southpaw style. You got the jab moving and, of course, the counter left.
Yeah, I mean, main problem for me was, like we talked earlier, I was a little bit rusty for ring. So I'm kind of spent few first rounds for just feeling, get back feeling a little bit, and about third, fourth round I start read already what's to do.
Well, you had him hurt in the first, and then you turned around, you heard the 5-second warning, you thought that was the end of the bell, perhaps
honestly,
let him off the hook.
Honestly, I heard this bell, and just instantly turned, and it was wrong. Yeah.
He seemed to get back into the fight with you a little bit in the second or third round, but once you started giving a little more distance in the lateral motion, the distance gave him problems, and then you came over with that left.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I need get used. I not fight a long time, and first few rounds I need get feeling back, So, and I pick up the third, fourth round, I get my style, my way, whatever.
Okay, briefly, let me get John Johnson in here real quick. John, we're running a little late. What's next on activity?
We're going to talk to Eric Botcher and Cedric Kushner, and we're going to try to make a deal, along with Tom Backus involved, and we're going to get him back to fighting for the World Championship again. That's our dream.
Great seeing you guys back. I was looking for I'm seeing his picture on milk cartons of the missing people we said earlier this morning. We're glad to see you back in the ring.
We're glad to be back.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hold on, John.
All right, we're going to go now to the Heavyweight Explosion time capsule. Coming up, of course, May 20th, we've got Obed Sullivan and Derek Jefferson.